Okay, for the ready, you're going to need to complete this on your own, page 11, because it's just a matching of vocab of symbols to the actual name that goes with the symbol. And we're going to grade this in class first thing tomorrow, so be ready. For this page, I made the homework due on Thursday at 5 p.m. in case you don't have a compass at home. For these ones, you just need to, here's an example right at the top, construct a perpendicular bisector here and here, and then construct an angle bisector, which is the steps for a rhombus, and then connecting the diagonal. So if you don't have a compass at home to be able to do those constructions, I'm going to give you time in class tomorrow to complete that. Okay, so here's the part I am going to do a quick video on. Make sure you know how to do this. So it tells you that the measure of angle C is 90. So that's this guy right here. And it wants us to find X, plan a strategy for finding X. So this is assuming that you remember the Pythagorean Theorem. This is going to be coming up in a future chapter, so I think they're starting to bring this up again. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the lengths of the two different sides. So like a and b, it doesn't matter which one's which. One is a, one is b. You pick. So this is going to be x squared plus 10 squared equals 26 squared. And so here we go solving. X squared plus 100. I'm going to grab my calculator now for 26 times 26. 676 minus 100 from both sides. We get 576. And let's see if that's an actual perfect square. It is. How random. So the square root of both sides. I'm going to actually move this work over here. X squared plus 10 squared equaled 26 squared. X squared plus 100 minus 100. X squared equaled 576. And then if we square root both sides, you're going to get that x is equal to 24. Now remember how we used to say, oh, plus or minus 24 for a square root? Since this is distance, you don't do any plus or minusing. It's just positive 24. And so what do you think? Do you remember Pythagorean theorem? Are you going to be okay doing that next chapter? Okay, given that measure of ABC is equal to 90, so right here we fill this in, solve for x. So I can see that straight angle, meaning a straight line that equals 180. So all of that is going to add up. X plus 90 plus 2x equals 180. So that's 3x is equal to 90. Divide by 3. We get that x is equal to 30. And this is degrees. Okay. Measure of angle BEC. So looking over here, BEC. So that's this guy right here. These are all right angles. Okay, so this angle, CED, so this guy over here, and DAB, this guy right here, are all right angles. And they want us to find the missing side X. I only see one X. Okay, so let's look at, oh, this is going to be a lot of Pythagoreans. Okay, so first we need to do Pythagorean to find this missing side. And then we need to do Pythagorean on this smaller triangle to get this missing side. And then we're going to be able to subtract the big one minus this small one to get this missing side, to then do Pythagorean over here. So I don't know. Let's see if you can see all this here and follow my logic in just a second. Pause the video if you think you get it, and you can try it on your own. All right, so we're going to go the big one. I don't know if you guys can hear my dogs wrestling, but sorry about that. They're wrestling over a wrapper. All right, so 15 squared plus 8 squared is going to equal the big long side here. And so 15 times 15 is 225. 8 times 8 is 64. So I think that's 889. Sorry, guys. I said 889. I meant 289. And then we're doing the square root of that. I think it's 17, but I'm doing it on my calculator to be safe, and it is. All right, so 17 centimeters for that pink, long pink side. Now we're going to do, using this 6 and using this 14, we're going to find this little length here. I'm going to call this, I don't know, little d. So we're going to say little d squared plus 6 squared is equal to 14 squared. And we're going to solve for that small missing side. And I think it's 196. Let's double check. Yep, 14 times 14 is 196. Minus 36 is equal to 160. And so D is equal to root 160. And so what I just found, let me just mark these on this picture real quick. So far I know that the whole side is 17. This whole side. And actually put it right over here. And that this littler side is root 160. And so this side here is 17 minus root 160. And so let's see if we can set up an equation without doing any much more simplification and see how it looks. Okay, and I'm going for this hypotenuse. There's the dogs wrestling again, guys. Sorry. Okay, so 6 squared. I usually make my videos at school, so you don't have to hear this fun. Plus 17 minus root 160 is equal to x squared. So 36 plus all right, so grabbing a Desmos on this one to help you out and not have to do too much simplifying on that. We've got 36 plus, actually, sorry, let's make it the square root of 36 plus 17 minus root 160 squared. And so we're going to get 7.41. See it here on the right? See if it'll let me copy and paste this in. Nice. All right. If watching that video was hard for you, didn't make sense, and you want me to go over it again in class tomorrow, let me know and we'll talk about it. Okay, so that came out to approximately 7.41 m for meters. Notice my bumps for the rounding because that was a radical and it wasn't an exact square root. Okay, number 21, given that CF bisects, so right here, if I want to highlight, this bisects this big angle. And the measure of ECF, so now we're adding this in. Let me use a different color. ECF is 2x plus 10. And the measure of FCD is 3x minus 18. Find FC. Find the measure of FCE. ECF is 2x plus 10. FCD is 3x minus 18. Okay. So they want us to solve for x, and then they want us to plug it back in to get a value. So I'm minusing the two x's. I'm adding 18. X is equal to 28 degrees. So now to find the measure of angle FCE, I take that 2x plus 10, and I plug in what I just got here, 28, right here for x. 28 times 2 is 56. So 66 degrees is our answer. There's the dogs wrestling again. Can't wait to be back at work and not have you have to hear this. All right, that's it. It's the end of 23, and we are done.